Hello students, I welcome you all to today's session. I hope all of you are doing perfect at your places. Today's topic is landforms of life, and the chapter's lesson plan is introduction and then political and administrative divisions, locational setting, physical divisions of India and India's neighbors. So let's begin with the chapter. Introduction. India, our motherland, is a country of great geographical extent. India is situated in between the snowy heights of the Himalayas and the shores of the Indian Ocean, which washes the land of peninsula for thousands of kilometers from Bengal to Kutch. The southern cape of India divides the Indian Ocean into two parts, that is the Bay of Bengal lying in the east and the Arabian Sea in the west. Its size is so vast that it is often described as a subcontinent. So India, जो कि आपके South Asian side में पड़ता है continent पे, it is really beautiful. आपको north में Himalayas मिल जाते हैं, western part पे Kutch के deserts मिल जाते हैं, north eastern part में आपके अलग physical features हैं, and then down south also you have tremendously good physical features of India, and hence it is also described as a subcontinent. और आपको Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal, ये सारी खूबसूरत चीजें यहाँ पे देखने को मिलती हैं. Now, the land of many names, India has been variously named as Aryavarta, Bharat, Hindustan and India. The name Aryavarta refers to the country being the abode of the Aryans. It was called Bharat after the name of the great king Bharat of prehistoric times, who was the first to visualize the fundamental unity of the country in the past. And the last two names are derived from the word Sindhu, the Vedic name of the great river Indus, which was pronounced as Hindu by the Greeks. So India के बहुत सारे नाम्स हैं. प्रीहिस्टोरिक टाइम पे आर्यंस थे तो उन्होंने आर्यवर्ता रख दिया था, फिर आपके भारत आए, उनके नाम पे भारत पड़ गया, and then currently it is known as India. Now the subcontinent is a huge landmass which includes the countries of India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal and Bhutan, and it makes about 1/10 part of the Asia. So the subcontinent area is all maximum of your neighboring countries of India, and पूरे एशिया का 1/10 part ये cover करता है. Now the land area of the Indian subcontinent is almost entirely bounded by a mountain wall. Elsewhere the sea surrounds the region. Now let's see what is a peninsula. A peninsula is a land almost surrounded by water, often projecting into a sea or lake, and the word is taken from Latin language. Pen means almost and insula means the island. So basically peninsula is a land area which is surrounded by waters in from three sides. For example, India भी three sides से नीचे की तरफ आपका water से ही घिरा हुआ है. Hence the lower part of the India is often called as the peninsula of India. Now the area of the country is about 3.28 million square kilometers, which is about 2.3% of the world's total land area, and it is the 7th largest country in the world. Now Arunachal Pradesh. The name Arunachal Pradesh is not befitting for the hilly tract of the easternmost part of India, as it is here that the sun's rays reach earliest to disperse the bright colors of the dawn. तो पूरी country में India में सबसे पहले जहाँ पर आपका sunrise देखा जाता है, it is actually northeast, Arunachal Pradesh. Now the physical features of India are closely marked out in four main divisions of landforms: the Himalayas, the northern plains, the Deccan Plateau and the coasts and the islands. So the physical conditions of India vastly differ from one part to another in respect of climate, vegetation, landforms, wildlife, as well as language, culture and religion. In this diversity, all Indians are committed to achieve the common goal of making India the leader among the nations of the world. India is the most populous country of the world, with population of India estimated to be around 1.42 billion. In other words, every sixth person in the world is an Indian. तो इंडिया की अलोन इंडिया की इतनी ज़्यादा पॉपुलेशन है कि एवरी सिक्स, हर छठा बंदा जो है, इट इज सपोज टू बी एन इंडियन. अराउंड 1.42 बिलियन इंडिया की पॉपुलेशन है. Now the locational settings. India entirely lies in the northern hemisphere. The Tropic of Cancer, 23 degrees 30 minutes north, passes about halfway through the country. The mainland of India extends between latitudes 8 degrees 4 minutes north and 37 degrees 6 minutes north. India is a country of east as it lies between the longitudes 68 degrees 7 minutes east and 97 degrees 25 minutes east. The distance between the northmost part and the southernmost part of India is around 3200 kilometers, while the distance from the western and the eastern boundaries is around 2900 kilometers. So this is your vast expanse of India. North से लेकर south तक का ज़्यादा लंबा expanse है around 3200 kilometers. Western और eastern से आपका कितना है around 2900 kilometers. Now this is a vast extent which covers nearly 29 degrees of latitude and longitude respectively. As such, the time in the easternmost part of the country, Arunachal Pradesh, is about 2 hours ahead of time at Dwarka in Gujarat. As you have earlier learned that in each 1 degrees east longitude, the sun rises 4 minutes earlier than the west longitude. Therefore, 29 degrees of longitudes make a difference of 29 into 4 is equals to 116 minutes or around 2 hours in the local time. To avoid this confusion, 82 degrees 30 minutes east longitude is taken to be the standard meridian of India. The longitude that passes through Prayagraj is taken as the standard meridian, and time that is as there in Prayagraj is the standard time for India, which we call it as Indian Standard Time IST. तो इतने सारे longitudinal differences हैं, हर जगह time डिफरेंसेस देखने को मिल सकते हैं. दैट इज वाई इंडिया में जो इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड टाइम है वो प्रयागराज से पास करता है और पूरी कंट्री में उसी को टाइम माना जाता है. Now let's extract. In 1884, time zones were set up around the world, measured from Greenwich in London, England. Every time zone east or west of Greenwich has noon at a different time. The USA and Canada have 6 time zones. Do you know how many time zones are there in Russia? So आपके अलग अलग time zones हैं. Internationally अगर आपका time extract करना होता है तो Greenwich जो है आपका उसको प्राइम मेरिडियन माना जाता है, which is in London, और उसके वेस्टर्न और ईस्टर्न पार्ट में आपके अलग अलग टाइम जोन्स है. फॉर इंस्टेंस यूएसए और कनाडा में 6 टाइम जोन्स है. रशिया में सबसे ज्यादा टाइम जोन्स है, अराउंड 9 to 11 टाइम जोन्स आपके रशिया में दिखे जाते हैं, बिकॉज रशिया इज अ वेरी वास्ट कंट्री. Now the Indian Standard Time IST corresponding to 82 degrees 30 minutes east meridian is 5.5 hours ahead of Greenwich time, which is GMT. Now, India's neighbors, you will notice that we share our boundaries with 7 countries. They are Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh and Myanmar. So, the island country of Sri Lanka and the Republic of Maldives are located towards the south in the Indian Ocean. तो इंडिया की 7 neighboring countries हैं, नॉर्थ पार्ट में, नॉर्थ वेस्ट, नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न और सदर्न पार्ट में, जिसका नाम आपको यहाँ पे गिवन है. प्लीज अंडरलाइन इट एंड डू मेमोराइज देम. Then we have the political and administrative divisions. The Republic of India is the world's largest democracy. It comprises of 28 states and 8 union territories, including the National Capital Territory NCT of Delhi. States and union territories are the administrative units in our country. They are further subdivided into districts for administrative convenience. The states have been formed mainly on the basis of languages, and Rajasthan is the largest state and Goa is the smallest in terms of area. So these are all your administrative units. इतनी बड़ी कंट्री है, लार्जेस्ट डेमोक्रेसी है इन द एंटायर वर्ल्ड, तो एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव रीजंस की वजह से इसको अलग अलग ब्लॉक्स में डिवाइड करना पड़ता है. एंड द लास्ट लाइन इज रियली इंपॉर्टेंट दैट राजस्थान बाय एरिया इज द लार्जेस्ट स्टेट एंड गोवा इज द स्मॉलेस्ट स्टेट बाय एरिया, नॉट बाय पॉपुलेशन. नाउ फिजिकल डिविजन्स ऑफ इंडिया. The land of India is characterized by a great diversity in its physical features. There are high mountain ranges of the Himalayas in the north, and southern India consists largely of plateau called the Deccan. Bordering the Deccan are 2 low mountain ranges, the eastern and the western Ghats, and fringed by narrow coastal plains. So India may be divided broadly into 6 physical divisions as follows: the Great Mountains of the North, the North Indian Plains, the Peninsular Plateau, the Coastal Plains, the Islands and the Great Indian Desert. इन 6 parts में आपका mainly India के physical features divided हैं. Let's study about them one by one. So number 1 we have the Great Mountains of the North. The mountains of the North are young fold mountains. You will notice a number of mountain ranges along the northern boundary of our country, and from Pamir Plateau in the west to the Indo-Myanmar border in the east, there's a long continuous chain of mountains. It has 3 main parallel ranges with intervening valleys and plateaus. The northern mountains include the Great Himalayas or Himadri with an average altitude of 6,000 meters. There are several peaks of the Himadri which exceeds 8,000 meters, and all are snow-capped and have glaciers originating from them. Mount Everest, which is 8,848 meters high, the world's highest peak in Nepal, and Kanchenjunga, which is 8,598 meters in Sikkim, the highest peak in India. are located in this range. Now Nanga Parbat around 8,126 meters and Nanda Devi, which is 7,817 meters, are the two other important peaks in India. Find out the names of the states where they are located, and the Gangotri and the Jamnotri glaciers are found in the Himadri. तो northern side में आपके ice capped mountains आ जाते हैं, Himalayas आ जाते हैं. जो नेपाल में आपका हाईएस्ट पीक है माउंट एवरेस्ट, पूरे वर्ल्ड में हाईएस्ट पीक है, इंडिया में आपके पास आ जाता है. देन यू हैव नंगा पर्वत. ये सारे इंपॉर्टेंट पीक्स हैं जो इसी एरिया में लाई करते हैं. Then we have valleys. The path followed by the river to its mouth from its source is called the river valley. Now the middle Himalayas or Himachal lies to the south of the Himadri range. They extend over an average width of 50 kilometers and extend over an average width and have an altitude of around 8,700 to 4,500 meters. The Pir Panjal, the Dhauladhar and the Mahabharat ranges are part of this group. Many popular hill stations like Srinagar, Dharamshala, Dalhousie, Shimla, Mussoorie, Darjeeling, Pahalgam, Gulmarg, Sonamarg are situated here. Then Amarnath and Vaishno Devi are important centers of pilgrimage. The Kashmir Valley and the Kangra and the Kullu Valley, lying between the Himachal and the Himadri ranges, and Shimla, located in Himachal Pradesh, are easily approachable. The outer Himalayas or the Shivaliks represent the southernmost range. The average altitude varies between 1,000 and 1,200 meters above the sea level, and a large portion of the Shivaliks at places is separated from the middle Himalayas by flat-bottomed valleys, and these are covered with thick deposits of alluvium and are called dunes. Dehradun and Patli Dun are situated in one such valley. So you have the second one, और this is the continuation of your northern parts of Himalayas, जहाँ पे आपके बहुत सारे खूबसूरत एरियाज आ जाते हैं, हिल स्टेशंस आ जाते हैं, कुछ हिमाचल में हैं, कुछ उत्तराखंड में हैं, और ये सारे इसी रेंज में लाई करते हैं. Then second we have the North Indian plains. The North Indian plains lie between the great mountains of north and the peninsular plateau of the south, extending over their high agricultural productivity. These plains have become the granary of India because यहाँ पे सबसे ज़्यादा agriculture देखा जाता है. Now, the western part of the northern plain is called the Punjab plain, and this plain is drained by the Indus and its tributaries. The northern plains forms a great curve from the Arabian Sea to the Bay of Bengal, and the three major rivers watering this region are the Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra and their tributaries. The most characteristic feature of the Great Plains is their extensive levelness. The plain has been enriched by several hundred meters thick deposits of alluvium by the rivers, and the process of alluvium deposition is a continuous one, and constant deposition of fresh alluvium has made these plains highly fertile. A wide range and low-lying region lies in the northwestern Rajasthan. There are main basins of inland drainage containing the salt lakes, and the Sambar Lake is the largest lake in India. The Luni is the only large river in this region but carries little water. So then you have the northern plains. Agriculture की वजह से सबसे ज़्यादा important plain आता है because maximum farming वगैरह जो आपकी होती है वो यहीं पे देखी जाती है. Now let's extract. The Ganga Brahmaputra delta, around 1,25,000 square kilometers in the area, is the biggest delta of the world. A delta is a triangular feature and its apex pointing upstream and is marked as a fan-shaped area of fine alluvium. Now third is your peninsular plateau. What is a peninsular plateau? It is a triangular shape with a broad base in the north and apex towards the Kanyakumari. It lies to the south of the North Indian plains, and the peninsular plateau is broadly divided into central highlands of the peninsula. North of the Vindhyas and Satpura is known as the Central Highlands. Rivers Narmada and Tapi flow through these ranges, and these are west-flowing rivers that drain into the Arabian Sea through narrow estuaries. Aravalli Hills, one of the oldest ranges of the world, border it on the northwest side. The western part of the Central Highlands is known as the Malwa Plateau. Its eastern part in South Bihar is known as the Chota Nagpur Plateau. The Deccan Plateau extends from Vindhyas in the north to the tip of the peninsula in the south, and the eastern edge of the Deccan Plateau consists of the discontinuous low hills called the Eastern Ghats. The famous hills of the Eastern Ghats are the Malyagiri, then you have Mahendragiri and Biligiri-Ganga hills. The western edge of the Deccan Plateau is known as the Western Ghats. Their continuity is broken only in the mid-section where lie the Thal and Bhor Ghats. The Western Ghats are called the Shaidri in Maharashtra and Karnataka, and the highest peak of the Western Ghats lying in the Nilgiri hills is Doda Beta, around 2,637 meters, and Anai Modi peak in Kerala is the highest mountain peak, around 2,695 meters in the mountains of the Deccan Plateau. Then you have the peninsular region. Peninsular Plateau जो है आपका but obvious तीनों साइड से आपका पानी से घिरा हुआ है, एंड देन यू हैव सर्टेन प्लेटूज ऑल्सो, टेबल टॉप माउंटेन्स ऑल्सो यू हैव एट दिस पॉइंट, एंड डिफरेंट लोकेशंस पे आपको यहाँ पर भी अलग अलग पीक्स देखने को मिलती हैं. देन फोर्थ यू हैव द कोस्टल प्लेन्स. The coastal strips border the Deccan Plateau on the west along the Arabian Sea and the east along the Bay of Bengal. These are called the Western Coastal Strip and the Eastern Coastal Strip respectively. The Western Coastal Plain is very narrow and is thus discontinuous and uneven. The northern part of this plain is popularly called the Konkan Coast and the southern part is called the Malabar Coast. Particularly in Kerala, they have a broad extent of land under lagoon, backwaters and raised beaches, and the eastern coastal plain forms a broad lowland. All the major rivers of the Deccan Plateau traverse the eastern coastal plain and form highly fertile deltas before entering the sea. These are Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri, and all of these deltas merge into the coastal plain, making it flat and broad, where delta alluvium has been deposited. अब आपका आता है coastal plains. यहाँ पे जितनी भी आपकी rivers होंगी before they enter or traverse into the Bay of Bengal or the respective seas, उससे पहले ये बहुत ही fertile alluvium deposit land पे करते हुए निकलती है. Then you have the islands. India has a large number of islands within her territorial waters, both in the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea. The Lakshadweep Islands are located in the Arabian Sea and they are of coral origin. The Andaman and the Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal are of volcanic nature. Now, do you know the British established a cellular jail at Port Blair where freedom fighters were imprisoned, जिसको बोलते हैं काला पानी. So you have the beautiful islands down south also, and some of them are there in the northeastern part also. Now we have the Great Indian Desert. In the northwestern part of India lies the Great Indian Desert or the Thar Desert in Rajasthan. A large part of it extends into Pakistan and it is a vast desert with dry, rocky and sandy land having very fertile or no vegetation and extremely hot weather conditions. Now the Great Indian Desert receives very little rainfall. To help the people to survive here, the Indira Gandhi Canal was constructed. The canal carries water here from the river Satluj and it runs through this desert and has brought relief to the local people. The Luni is the only large river here, and Sambar is a saltwater lake in this region. So you have the Great Indian Desert, Thar जो आपका है वो भी आपका यहीं located है, and then you have certain large rivers of the country here as well. Now you have the glossary. Delta, a triangular piece of land formed by the alluvial deposits of a river on its mouth. Desert, a vast stretch of land having no vegetation at all. Then peninsula, a land surrounded by oceans or sea on three sides. Now let's recall. The southern Cape of India divide the Indian Ocean into two parts, that is the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea. The physical conditions of India vastly differ from one part to another in respect of climate, vegetation, landforms, wildlife, as well as language, culture in India and region. The distance between the northernmost part and the southernmost part of India is around 30 to 100 kilometers. The Indian Standard Time IST corresponding to 82 degrees 30 minutes east meridian is 5.5 hours ahead of Greenwich Mean Time, and the Republic of India is the world's largest democracy. The land of India is characterized by a great diversity in its physical features. The middle Himalayas or Himachal lies to the south of the Himadri range. The peninsular plateau is triangular in shape with the broad base in the north and apex towards Kanyakumari. The western coastal plain is very narrow and the Lakshadweep Islands are located in the Arabian Sea. So all these things we have studied in this chapter. You have to go through the entire chapter properly. Now let's move ahead to the exercise part. Darken the correct circle in the OMR sheet. The largest state of India in terms of area is, we just studied, it is Rajasthan, option C. Fill in the blanks. India has 28 states and 7 union territories. Now write T for true and F for false. India has a total area of about 3.28 million square kilometers. This is absolutely correct. Now match the following. Delta. Delta is triangular tract of the mouth of a river. Now answer the following questions in few words. Name the major physical divisions of India. So you have northern side mein Himalayas, then you have Deccan plateaus, then you have the islands, then you have different kinds of peninsular plateaus. So these are all your physical features. Answer the following questions in brief. What is a subcontinent? Name any 4 of our immediate neighbors. So your neighboring countries, many of your neighboring countries are your subcontinent. For example, India के पास आपका Bangladesh है, Myanmar है, Pakistan है. All these are your neighboring countries, and this also forms the subcontinent. Now answer the following questions in detail. Describe some physical features of the peninsular plateau. So peninsular plateau is an land area जहाँ पे आपको table top mountains भी देखने को मिलते हैं, highest peaks भी देखने को मिल जाती हैं कुछ, and then it is covered by waters on its 3 sides. So students, with this we are done with this chapter. Please go through the entire chapter properly once again. Do the rest of exercise questions thoroughly and go through once again the entire chapter.